For joining me today. This is Executive Chef Bedard here from the Stephanie Inn Dining Room. We just wanted to bring one of our specialty recipes from our kitchen to yours and let you have some positive thoughts about the Stephanie Inn. Today we're going to be showing you our signature Stephanie Inn scone recipe. These are baked fresh every day here at the Stephanie Inn, and it's a great recipe because we have kind of a base recipe that we can change around the flavors to whatever's in season or whatever is the freshest that we've got. Today we're going to be doing a cranberry and orange recipe, which works really great. But also, like I said, we can do fresh berries, or we can even do bacon and cheddar. So to start off with, I've got just a couple of cups of flour. We're going to start off with our dry ingredients, mixing them together first. So we've got our flour, a little bit of sugar. These are leavened with baking powder. So we got 2 teaspoons of baking powder that we're going to add into that. And then just a little bit of salt. We got to have that salt because even though we're using some of the sweeter ingredients, that salt really helps bring those flavors out. So we want to always put a little pinch of salt even with our cookies and our coffee cakes and our muffins. Now we're going to add in some of our dry ingredients. So we've got some local cranberries here. We're going to add those in, and we're just going to evenly mix this together. That way it's evenly distributed. Just kind of toss it around. And now we've got our dry ingredient mix. Next we're going to add in our liquid ingredients. This is the point in time where if we're using any extracts, vanilla or peppermint or lemon, that's going to go in with our liquid ingredients. That's going to help everything get distributed equally so that we don't have little pockets of intense flavor with other parts not getting the same flavor profiles. So we're going to use a little bit of heavy cream here. We have about 1.5 cups, and we're going to add in our vanilla to that. Now, like I said, we're going to be doing some orange with our cranberry today. So we've got 1 fresh orange, and what a lot of people don't know with citrus is all of our essential oils and flavors are in the outside. So we want to take a zester and get that zest, or get that peel off of there. That's going to give us the true citrus flavors. And we use one of these right here. This is called a microplane. You can use it to zest your citrus. You can use it to grate nutmeg, fine grated Parmesan. Really good tool to have in the pantry. So now we're just going to roll our orange over our zester, and we're just taking the outside. We don't want to get any of what we call the pith, because the pith is bitter and astringent, and that kind of just taints the flavor a little bit. So just kind of roll it around. Get that in there, we'll tap it out. I'll throw this away because the kids will like that. Fresh squeezed orange juice for breakfast. Now we're going to mix our wet and dry ingredients together. So we're going to take our cream mixture, we're going to dump it into our dry and just barely bring it together. We don't want to overwork our dough because that's going to make it kind of tough and chewy. Just kind of mix it around. And we're looking really just to kind of fold it together. So scoop in and just kind of fold it over itself until everything gets combined. Just like that. Now we're going to dust our tabletop here. We're going to pat these out and cut them and get them ready to bake. A little sugar, or a little flour, excuse me, on our board. Take our dough. We're looking just to flatten this out about 3/4 of an inch thick. Try and make it as square as we can so it's easy to cut. You can use a knife for this to cut them. You can cut them in any shape that you like, but I prefer pizza dough cutter. Works really good. So we go down middle there, cut this into 6 chunks, like so, and then we're going to cut them on the diagonal to get that kind of classic scone shape. Now the last step we're going to do, we're going to get these onto our baking sheet. And then we've got one more step that we're going to do that's kind of the wow factor that when you do these for your guests or for your family, that it's kind of the true professional tip. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little pastry brush and a little bit more heavy cream. And we're just going to brush the tops of these. This is what we do to get a really pretty shine and a nice texture on the top. This is kind of what the professional pastry chefs would do. Just brush the tops of every one. Be nice and liberal. Then we're going to sprinkle the tops with some turbinado sugar. This is raw sugar. This is going to give us a nice kind of sugary crunch on there as well. And into the oven for 15 minutes. After baking, this is what you'll have. Beautiful, beautiful homemade Stephanian scones. Enjoy.